Hello, 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 everybody. How's it going today? Hope everyone's having an awesome day. It's me, Azeroth. I'm here with some D&D with my peeps. That's right. Yeah, we're doing this a little differently. It is podcast style. Up. I need to see this. There's the chat. Chat right there. Now, can't hear anybody else yet. That's because I am currently deafened on Discord. For good reason. Just so that way I can get this introduction done. But without further ado, I will introduce the characters. We have Dusk, Grung, Auntie Karen, and Alexandrite. That's it, Alexandrite. They're going to be played by Shaza, Imperious Rex, Ken, and Plains. I know those names mean nothing to you, except for Imperious Rex, because he's been in my streams before. But that is who is playing who. I did it in the proper order. Anyway, let's undeafen
abilities, if you get what I'm saying.
and get ready to
That's
go.
fair. No, yeah.
Say hello, everybody!
Hello, everybody!
Hello.
Hello.
God,
What
would
the?
you not?
Right through the wall, huh?
Scaring the crap out of us?
Just
All
a little.
right, all right.
I guess we would have to put a hold on our other conversation then, because now we're streaming someone else's stuff.
Probably a good idea, yeah. Alright, so I'll be starting this off with an introduction to the world itself. I just need to find it again. I had it, and then I closed things.
It sounds like a you problem there, champ.
It is, but I found it again. I think. Shit, I lost it again.
Why am I not surprised?
You
Bruh,
close things once.
you just scream professional streamer. You know that, right?
I know, right? It's awesome. Also, what's up
That's-
with your mic? It's set. It's almost like you're peaking.
I'm peeking.
Yeah, there's like a distortion or something.
No idea.
Well, it seems fine now. Anyway. Welcome to Itharis, everybody. From its deep and forbidding forests, where horrible beasts lurk, to the hulking and impenetrable mountain ranges, where lost legacies lie, the landscape of Itharis is formidable. However, the true monsters of this land can be found in the degenerating cities of old, where humanity clings to survival. The world of Itharis is the official world for the Grimhollow setting. Here, players will find a few familiar and many unique tropes of the fantasy genre. Before embarking in this unforgiving land, it is important to establish several defining features of Itharis in the Grimhollow setting. Darkness and obscurity. Large swaths of Itharis are shrouded in darkness, supernatural and otherwise. In the farthest north, the sun is hidden half the year in the natural progression of the seasons. It is no surprise either that the deep halls of the dwarves are plunged in darkness. But the darkness shrouding the land of Ostoya is more sinister and magical in origin. And in the forest of Carnaelt Kingdom, the dense mist that covers the land is the work of benign spirits, or at least spirits that bend to the will of mortals, for good and evil. The people of these lands have adopted to all hostile environments. Punishing storms are frequent across the land, foreshadowed by howling winds and then drenching rain. Where the sun never dries the ground, mud is a constant fact of life. The crops that grow are strange and bitter. For most people, there is no safety outside the radius of the torch's glow. Luckily, where you guys are right now, it's not so bad.
When you say not so bad, you mean like it's only slightly downpouring?
I mean, the storms are pretty bad, but it does dry up. It's not like the worst place imaginable. You're not gonna have your first dry dream at some point.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, you never heard that joke when you're living in Wales?
Nope, never heard that.
When have you lived in Wales? Or when have you been anywhere? You know what?
I said you never heard that joke for people living in Wales.
No.
I've never lived in Wales, but I've heard the joke.
I am
It
not.
rains constantly.
Well, I knew that, but then I heard that.
You never forget your first dry dream.
Well,
Huh.
All right, the
not
next
nearly
bit.
as funny when it comes out of you, I guess.
Yeah.
Context.
The civilization dot through the land as islands of light surrounded by the unforgiving terrain of shadowy forests, rough mountainscapes, and sinking bogs. Travelers are often met with suspicious gazes by locals who have never left the isolation of their home village. Relentless threats assault humanity. Vicious creatures hunt wandering children and armed travelers alike, many of whom are never heard from again. Sinister forces seek to twist mankind's nature to their whims, leaving them forever changed. Travel is a perilous endeavor, especially at night, in lands fortunate enough to enjoy a sunlit day. Armored columns of merchant caravans transport goods nervously guarded by mercenaries who refuse to deviate from known roadways. Travelers caught in the dark are forced to lodge at remote roadside inns for extortionate prices. Local guards are quick to leave them in the dark if they do not have the coin to pay. Now, there is quite a bit more to read, but we will not go through all of it. It is several pages. But that is enough now to get you guys into the mood. So, as we start inside our little God damn it, it's hard to push to talk and switch between Discord stuff. Inside this little cottage here, we see two people. One is an old, decrepit-looking sea elf doctor. She is... oh, she's so ugly, you might even call her a hag. Luckily, it's difficult to tell at a glance how ugly she is due to much of her body she keeps concealed. She's wearing a leather mask that covers the lower half of her face, and she wears, where is it? I had it here. A thick set of boot and gloves, while all white, shrouded in white medical robes. Her skin, that you can see, is seafoam green, and her eyes are milky white, while her hair is whitish gray as well. She stands about 5'2". As our other one, a human man, about in his early 20s, slender, small, with long, white, well-kept hair, keeps a rapier on his side and a shield as well. He has the symbol of Zabriel, Archon of Truth, and his armor and his demeanor, he would be, well, very religious, as to say. That is all I have for physical description of him. So introduce yourselves. The two that I just mentioned.
I'm
Monty.
saying it's Aaron.
One at a time.
I was kind of hoping in the order that I talked about first.
Well, maybe you should indicate that.
Ken,
Yes, Auntie Karen, you go first.
Greetings. I'm The one playing Auntie Karen. Hello.
Hola.
So you guys are here, you see the masked man in front of you, and you see your companion next to you as well, the man with the white hair.
Yo, Alexander, or Alexandrite Hardlight is my name. Alex for short, if you have a memory loss like my friend here, then maybe you can remember the short name better.
All right. I can remember that.
The man looks at both of you, it's like, ah, alright, you guys are back, welcome. Here's your coin, he hands you the 5 gold pieces.
So,
And as he does, the door opens and you see the figure of, and I need to pull up Todax. See, he did not write anything. God damn it. You see, sitting on the shoulder of somebody in full armor, a frog with green skin, bright green skin, almost like, hey, I don't want to touch that kind of green skin, and these orange eyes, as well as a female human with blonde hair and form-fitting freaking plate mail.
Someone knows a good
it's
blacksmith.
actually chainmail, but
Now,
you
still.
know, one can strive for better things later in life. Nevertheless, yep, I am playing Dusk, the female wearing chainmail with the blonde hair.
Todak, go ahead.
I am Todak. I am a grung. I do not wear this metal, but it is good for riding around on.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's true.
So the man in the mask, the bird mask, the plague doctor, he actually looks full plague doctor. The hat and everything, kind of stereotypical. Sees the door open and looks. It's like, ah, Dusk, Todak, welcome back. I'd like you to meet 2 people, Auntie Karen and Alexandrite Heartlight. Sorry, that was DM pausing for a moment because I couldn't remember the last name.
Had a minor stroke, eh?
About every 5 minutes.
Nice to meet you both.
Yes.
I'm Dusk. This is Todak.
Oh my. Big froggy.
What a strange creature.
It's good that you guys are here now, because now I can talk to you about the next mission that I had for both of you. Dusk, if you'd like to come over here and take your gold, your 5 gold that I promised you as well.
And she scoops it up, puts it in the pouch.
Alright. So, as you know, the Earl of Ulistenberg, Earl Rowan Eaglevalor, has tasked you guys with odd jobs every now and then to pay for your lodging and your food. Just a show of goodwill for the Inquisition and just to help out those adventurers that need it.
Yeah.
So right now, we need your help in outlying towns, little villages. So what's that word? Hamlets. That's it. They seem to have been reporting to the Earl and the gods that some people have been going missing mysteriously.
Missing, or they're literally popping up in like.
Missing.
The peep.
Sorry, I cut you
Okay.
off.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, they're going missing. They have some of them haven't been seen in days, and some are adults. A lot of them are children.
Younglings are too dumb to survive on their own, so they're dead.
Well, we're hoping you might be able to find them before they are actually dead.
When they go missing.
The last reported abduction, as we're calling it right now,
13 years ago.
was probably about 3 days ago.
Them dead.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's try to think positive if we can.
Do you have any idea what might be taking these people?
Unfortunately, we do not. They're a little secretive, but which is
Why?
odd considering they want our help. I don't get it myself, but they haven't told us anything. They just have been panicking, saying people are going missing, people are going missing, and it's kind of hard to help people when they won't give us any more information. But that's why we're hoping you guys you four will be able to help us out with this. Might gain their trust somehow, or just force it out of them. It doesn't really matter as long as you can ultimately help them and rescue those in need.
So do you think they are deliberately hiding something?
Well, they are smaller towns and the little hamlets. I keep saying towns. I'm so used to being in here now.
Todak smells a trap.
Well, we think that there's a possibility they might have gotten mixed up in some unsavory arcane uses. Potential goblins nearby. We don't really know.
With them taking children, might be the work of hags. Oh, awful, terrible creatures.
Well, we haven't seen hags around this part in a while, but there is the possibility.
Honestly, it could be goblins too. Goblins are known for, aren't they known for stealing slaves?
They are, yes.
Or is that kobolds?
A little bit of both. Why are
Interesting.
you so goddamn burpy?
Because fuck you.
Because bugs.
He's been burping for like the past 3 days.
Grungs eat bugs. They can get very burpy. It's just something that happens. You have
Think
to
about
do
it. Think of it as me croaking rather than burping.
I can do that. That makes it more
Excuse.
entertaining.
I'm gonna go get another soda. Hold on. This is gonna be my thing now.
That's
Anyway, if there's but a small chance that this is the work of hags, then we must investigate.
absolutely.
Well, if it is hags again, that does pose a problem.
Trust me, it won't be a problem for long. I'll make sure of it.
Well, I mean, if it's just one hag, I think you'd be fine, but well, if there's more than that,
Why, I don't know anything about hags. Are they solitary creatures?
well, sometimes they are, but if they form a coven, it's kind of hard to deal with them by yourself.
Yes, hags, dreadful creatures. My brother was taken by a hag. Oh, he's lucky to be alive.
Your brother is still alive. Well, that's good.
Yep, though haven't seen him in a few hundred years. He looks. Karen looks up and down you. Your cleric kind of reminds me of him. Can't exactly tell why.
It's the metal.
The armor. Yeah. Could be.
Okay, we go.
Well, you guys should, at least for now, rest up. I mean, it's getting pretty late, and you don't want to be traveling at night.
Why not?
Nighttime is best time. No one see
Well,
us
I
coming.
suppose.
Well, and I won't see anything coming, so.
Oh,
Oh, well, I can fix that.
The night is dark and full of terrors. I think a good night's sleep would be best for everyone.
Yeah, it's also a really good time for fishing.
True.
So yes, as I stated before, your lodgings have been taken care of, so you don't need to worry about that. Just go rest, do what you need, get ready for the day.
It's like a plan.
Son of a bitch, roll 20's being a dick.
Well, you are yelling at it, so it's not really surprising.
Well, no,
Did
every time I
you
try
make
to
your?
every time I try to drag a certain tokens on the field, it just leaves like a thing on there that I can't interact with, and then refreshes the gallery.
Um, yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
I just keep refreshing it, and it just does it again.
Well, maybe you should stop doing that then.
I forgot something.
We'll add it to the list.
Yeah, what did you forget?
Um, nothing important. I can fill it in later. Just a character creation thing
Okay.
based off of age and all of that.
Oh shit! Did I forget that too? Oh no, I included it. I am small. I have no idea how old he is, and his hair color is what? Could you imagine what a frog with hair would look like?
Yep.
Don't look up on the internet because I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Yeah, please don't give me nightmares.
I believe there is such a thing as a hairy frog, but that's because of the bone splinters.
Oh, you
was-
had to bring up bone splinters, you bastard.
I was gonna say furries, but yeah, let's go with that. That's better.
Huh. I don't think there is a furry niche for frickin' amphibians.
It's
Also,
there.
I'm just gonna say this for the audience, but Auntie Karen or Sawbones Ekaterina is using Sematic hybrid as the race, but I'm just flavoring as like a sea elf, and her class is a witch, like from Middle Finger of Vecna.
Yes, if you guys would all like to describe that if you wish. I mean, it doesn't need to be described. It can be, left up to, discovery too.
That's well, mine. Discovery I think is fine.
Hmm. If I'm completely honest, I'm going to probably be discovering things alongside everybody with Todak. This is the first time I've played a ranger or a grung, so this is gonna be great.
Yeah, so much for discovery.
What?
We've already said what.
Yeah, I
he
mean,
already
everyone can.
explained himself as a grung, so
Yeah.
Well, I meant the ranger part.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just I was just poking some fun. All right, so yeah, Dusk was given the 5 gold. You can divvy that up however you wish. Obviously, Karen had the 2 gold pieces and gave 3 to Alex. And
Yep.
you guys are, huh?
I was going to say, yeah, go on. I'll send it.
I was just gonna
Text forward.
say that I'm going to invite the 2 newbies to basically come to Karen's place that she was the lodging that she was given. Basically, cook them up a good dinner. And then after dinner, I'm going to go grocery shopping for more food supplies, which I'm basically just if it's all right with you, just paying for the rations, but just call them food supplies and just like something. I can just like quickly mark on my character sheet for when she like actually cooks.
That's fine. I will say though that it is the lodgings you were giving were inside of an inn. It's a quiet inn. It doesn't get rowdy there. It's just more for people that like their peace and quiet.
So here's a question: Is this city that we live in like an established home, or are we visitors here? If it's an
It's
established home, then she may actually have a home.
You guys are just visitors here. Like you're just trying to like make your way out here. You, for whatever reason, you came here. Uh, you guys, looking for a place to stay or whatever, encountered the masked man, and he just took it upon himself to help you guys get situated and in contact with the Earl so you guys could get paid, have like a constant source of income to pay for lodgings and for food. Just like the odd jobs that I was talking about.
I am going to make a request.
Okay.
I'm going to switch out my hunting trap for fishing gear.
That's fine.
And I think that is her motivation for traveling. She likes to try and look for new places to go fishing.
That is
that
a
works.
good motivation as far as Todak is concerned. So, am I correct in assuming that Auntie Karen here has offered us a place for at least?
Lodgings for the night.
There we go.
Well, she offered to take you to her room, which you guys all have sizable rooms in the inn.
Todak doesn't particularly care.
And you
Yep,
guys are
she-
close to the river for Todak to submerge himself in.
Excellent.
Yep, Auntie Karen cooks you up a nice home cooked meal. And it does actually taste pretty good.
Does it have
Yes.
bugs?
They're possibly like, I don't know, there's probably like some type of bug that normal townies would probably eat, like some, I don't know, who knows, but if there is, then there is some bugs for you.
Yes.
Otherwise, she does cook more of a meaty meal, something that you hopefully you'd enjoy, but she's not entirely sure. I think this is probably one of your kind is a rare lot, so she probably not used to cooking for grung.
Shrimp and lobster, the bugs of the sea.
Yep, that's good enough.
The
So-
Grog has learned something.
Yes, her tableware is actually amazing, like really good silverware. Yep, I bought that a few hundred years ago. It belonged to a king, they say. Someone named Strad von Zarovich. Never heard of him.
Todak looks at the fancy eating utensils and just eats with his hands.
If anybody would like to roll a intelligence check or a history check to see if they might know who this Strahd king is.
I think Alex already did.
Intelligence check, huh? Well, I don't have history, so try it anyway.
Yep, Dusky is doing a phenomenal job.
You know from the name that the name Strahd, of the Zarovich clan, the kingdom, seems to always have someone enthroned that always looks almost the exact same every time. Never seem to have anybody young enter the throne. Never seems to be kids around, but they always talk about them. And always the same looking name, but they always say it's a different person. For the last 400 years.
Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Clearly not human.
The people just kind of go with it. You don't fight the aristocrats. When you're poor and weak and your blood is being drained.
What?
That's not something you guys know, though. All right, so you guys get to the inn for your lodgings. You rest up. You get your food. Todak submerges himself in water because he needs to.
Do I
How
only need
close
to
are
do
they
that
to the
for
river?
an hour?
Yeah, you need to do that for an hour. Yeah, technically, you should be doing that in the morning.
Yeah. I figure
So-
that's part of the. I would probably just eat in a bowl of water next to the bowl of
Well,
food.
To be fair, if he has downtime for breakfast, there's no reason he can't have downtime for dinner as well.
Yeah,
There you go.
I don't know if you managed to do it within the time, but if you need to do it now, you get the chance.
But
Well-
here, I'm going fishing.
Yeah,
for a
fuck yeah.
while.
I'm gonna go make myself a nice little river kind of pool. And that's how I soak for the time I need to. First thing in the morning, last thing at night.
Good, good. Alright, so I'm assuming you guys
before
all
I
go to
leave-
sleep and everything's, kosher. You wake up in the morning for
Yep.
breakfast.
Before
Yep.
I leave, though, well, actually, I guess it doesn't really. But she will, before she heads to bed, she's going to spend at least a little while out there fishing. She doesn't need to actually catch anything. It's just something that she does to relax when there's an opportunity. And then she goes to bed.
Alright, Alex and Karen, what are you guys doing for nighttime?
Karen, after cooking those two a meal, she goes out grocery shopping and then comes back and immediately goes to bed.
You know what? It's Alex would ask Dusk if he can accompany her, because it's good to get to learn his new companions.
Sure. She says, no offense, but do you actually puts her hand out to touch you on the shoulder, but holds off to make sure that there isn't any you jumping back kind of motion.
I'm not jumping back.
Okay. She grants you dark vision for an hour.
That is convenient.
Todak just
No.
stares at you. Oh yeah, and he licks one of his eyeballs.
Oddly enough, I can picture that.
I really need to get a sound effect thing so that every time you say that, all everybody hears is the Yoshi sound.
Yoshi, I unfortunately cannot do that sound effect. I love that sound effect, but that's not one that I have.
I
They
feel like
used
that-
it in Harry Potter. They used it in Harry Potter. I'm not even kidding.
Huh. I guess maybe not copyright then.
About
I'm gonna have to like buy that little. Ah, no, that's a goose or a duck. I'm not dealing with duck noises every time I lick my eyeball. Thank you very much.
I thought that was somebody sneezing.
That sounded like someone getting punched from Street Fighter. There it is.
is that the one you want? What swipe?
Sure, why not? Bookmark that and we'll keep it for next time. I have to clean my eyes.
Alright, so two of you guys are going fishing, or three of you, and Auntie Karen's staying, going, doing her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, do you know how to fish? Do you do any fishing?
No, it will be my first time. I guess I will be relying on you to teach me.
Well, it's not hard. I'll set you up. Don't expect much. It's more about relaxing than it is about actually getting anything, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ugh.
Beauty
Roll.
sleep.
Roll something. See if you catch the biggest fish ever.
I will do a roll for that one.
You want a survival?
Well, no, I'm just doing a percentile, and You feel something catch your line. Give me a what would that be? Dexterity? Yeah,
Todak, don't
dexterity.
you dare.
Todak promises nothing.
Yeah, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. It's not
Todak,
very
help.
efficient.
Oh, I was gonna make this a bit of a challenge, but as you pull and pull on the line, it doesn't snap, but whatever was on the end seems to get itself loose, and the line just goes limp.
Before
Yeah,
that
she
happens,
is yeah, she's an outlander, and fishing is kind of sort of her thing. So she
I
has
would-
the skill for
You
it.
roll. Oh, you actually have a skill for it.
I believe so. Yeah.
and if nothing else, the minute that she gets something on the hook, Todak just grabs his daggers and dives in after it.
He comes back out with a fish on the end of his dagger.
A
I mean-
strange companion you have there.
I mean,
Yeah, he's
just
pretty
because of the size of it, I was gonna do it because of the the high percentage roll. Was the dexterity check was just to see
Oh,
if you
yeah,
could
yeah.
actually wrangle it in and tire it out first without
that-
breaking
I'd
your
still
line.
recommend
Do
survival for
survival.
that.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
do
that
a
would
survival
probably
on.
be
Let's do survival. See what you get. Okay, this is a little bit different then. You managed to pull on it. It seems to be a big one. It is pulling hard. You're doing your best to make sure that it does not snap that line. It seems to be fighting quite a bit though, and you can see it kind of peeking out over the water every now and then when you get pull it back towards you.
Where is it exactly? How far away is it from the land?
Probably about 10 feet from the shoreline.
Perfect. He's within my jump distance.
He pounces on it like a cat.
With a pair of daggers and one in each hand, I dive at this thing to put it out of its my misery.
Give me an attack roll at disadvantage
Why disadvantage?
because you're jumping at something that's struggling and moving wildly,
Oh, come on now.
and you're going into the water where you can't. It's not crystal clear, so you don't have a full line of sight on it.
I'm completely amphibious.
Yeah, but you're above the water. You won't be until you're below the water. You still hit it, so stop your bitching.
9
And
points.
yeah, your dagger goes right into the back of the head, right between the base of the like where the head and the spine would be, right at the brainstem there, what you can call a fish would have for a brainstem, and it stops struggling.
Todak kill.
You know, I might have actually got that one on my own, but thank you, Todak.
Oh, Todak, have no doubt you get it on your own, but Todak help.
And I'm guessing you're gonna help pull this thing out of the water, Todak.
No, he's gonna ride it back onto shore.
Okay. As you struggle to pull it back with the extra 20 some odd pounds.
Triumphantly riding a dead fish back to shore. Oh, Jesus,
He's
he
got
is
a pretty decent strength score, so
Yeah, I'm still more worried about the line.
If nothing else, I
snapping.
have a handle on the fish's body now, so I could drag it back myself. Suction cups. Gotta love them.
So yeah, as you guys get it close to the shore and you start dragging it up, it's about the same length as your entire body, Todak.
Sorry, what was that?
It's about the same length as your entire body.
That's fine.
You're kind of like hugging it, like full body hugging it to try to get it out of there.
Well, I could let go of it and just swim back to shore. That's not a problem either.
All right. Either way, you guys get it up, and you might want to wash it off because it is still gonna have a little bit of poison goo on it.
That's called flavoring, and don't you dare.
well, you can flavor your food when you're ready to eat it. The rest of us won't have a very good reaction to it, so we need to wash it off.
Ah,
No offense.
none taken. But Todak tired. I go sleep now.
Again, thank you. And that, Alex, is how you do it. Normally, you don't have a pet or a frog or a cat or anybody else jumping in after it like that, but you know, the idea is sound.
Well, thank you for the unusual um, lesson. But don't mind if I ask. You mentioned your pet is rather strange. Where did you get it from? Is
Well,
it
he's
a cursed person or
well.
well?
Todak isn't a pet. Todak is actually just he's a friend. But I was referring to if you had a pet that would be inclined to do that, like a cat or something like that. And
Crazy
no,
murder frog.
he's a grung. He can be a little snappy at times, but he's good people. Or good grung anyway.
All right, I haven't heard much about these grung, but I guess I will have time to observe him.
Well, okay, so here's one thing that you need to understand. Grung's skin is naturally poisonous. So if you must touch him, use the gloves.
I will
Besides
keep
that,
that in mind.
It's actually a pretty potent poison too, which is kind of weird.
yeah, that's kind of important. It's easy to forget, so be careful.
Especially if Todak doesn't remind you from time to time.
Yeah. She will, at the end of their evening, present the fish to Auntie Karen for her larder. Larder? However you say it. Her
Larder.
sports. Larder. It was a productive night. A lucky night. Got some pretty big fish around here.
All right, so you guys calling that your night and getting all packed up and sleep?
Yes.
Yep. Let's reconvene tomorrow.
All right, so night passes. Obviously, there's not any trouble. You guys are in a pretty safe area for yourselves. Some of you.
Sorry, what?
Nothing. Don't you worry your froggy little head. Yeah, so obviously night passes, no problems. You wake up, Karen is cooking in her room. You can smell it wafting down, I'm assuming, if she's up early enough. Otherwise, if she's not up early enough, you guys can head downstairs and cook your own meals. Or get your own
assume by now-
meals. Yeah.
I assume by now I've gotten the big fish, so I'm probably cooking that up for breakfast.
Yeah, okay. If you're up early enough, oh my god, I'm not even drinking. Why is English so hard?
Maybe it's because you're not drinking.
Probably. So yeah, you can if she's up early enough, you guys can smell the fish that she's cooking up. Yeah, it was a pretty big fish, so it'd feed all four of you.
Todak, go eat.
Good morning, Toby. Good morning, Dust. Good morning, Alexis.
Anybody
Toby.
watching this who has an Alexa is now furious.
I would hope that no one listens to it so close to that little speaker. Todak leans over to Dusk. Who the hell is Toby?
Toby? I don't know.
My friend has trouble remembering names or anything really. That's what advanced age will do to you.
Oh.
It
Okay.
is what it is.
I've forgotten more things than you'll ever know.
Toby Toback Todak is not surprised by this. Ugh. So
So, what is the plan for today? We have business to deal with?
As you say that, there's a knock on the door.
so many people are rude. Cutting you off like that, knocking on doors.
Well, let's see who it is. Alex would like to walk up to the door and open it.
You open the door, and inside, on the other side, is it looks just like this poor little messenger boy, and he's like, yes, there was one thing that the Lord forgot to give you yesterday. It's a map of the world. It's a map of the area there, where he marked where the towns the hamlets you're supposed. Wow, none of us could say hamlets. Admittedly, out of character, this is a very hard thing to remember. It's a freaking hamlet, but it's not a word you use anymore. He marked where the hamlets are, where you're supposed to investigate. There's 3 towns, hamlets. Yes,
Villages.
well, they're smaller than villages.
All right, Captain Grasp of the English language, go ahead.
And he hands you this map of the area. I basically just did a world map handout for you guys, and scurries off. Seriously, why is it so hard to remember the word Hamlet?
Well, it looks like we know where we're going. Just going to pull out the map and start examining it.
And I will move you guys over to there because there's not much left for you guys to do here.
It's pleasant.
Right, it's control to do that.
I see.
So yeah, the closest one for you guys would be the one by the river. There's one that's pretty much like bordering the forest, and there is that other one that's just kind of in the middle of a road.
Why don't we head for the road one first? Seems like the easiest one to get to.
All right.
Agreed, let's head out.
It'll take about a day and a half travel to get you there, I believe. Marching is what, 20 kilometers an hour?
I don't.
Do
I look it up
Google.
one moment.
Movement.
Is it called narrative speed in this one? I can't remember.
4 miles an hour, 30 miles a day.
30 miles a day. Okay, then how many kilometers
That's
is
for
that?
fast paced. That's for fast paced. It's
24
miles
miles.
for normal paced.
24 miles to kilometers.
And 18 miles if you're going to go slow.
So it's you'll be moving at 38 kilometers a day. Because I'm Canadian and I do it in kilometers, and it's yeah, it'll take about it'll take about 3 days to get to that one.
Sure.
Hold on a second here. I want to check something. Okay. So it's not difficult terrain because we're traveling along a road, right?
Yeah, no, it's just normal terrain.
Okay, cool.
Most terrain is considered normal. Usually.
Trying to use the shadow as a marker for where you guys are.
I'm not
Um,
sure that it actually has a shadow.
that's actually that's pretty neat. I thought that was just a dark spot on the map.
Nope.
Can I make a survival check for when we make camp to do foraging?
Yeah, go ahead.
Will give advantage. Survival is one of my skills as well.
Cool. Well, then maybe you. You know what? It's okay. There we go.
What's
Okay.
Yeah, no, you
Or
what are you foraging for specifically? Just fruits, berries, bugs?
All of the above, yes. Because I know not all of my companions will eat bugs. Dusk has been offered bugs, and I'm fairly certain they have turned it down.
Yeah, Karen would ate it.
likely.
I like Karen.
All right, so you collect through your foraging about 8 berries, 4. They're like smaller fruits, almost like apples, from odd bushes nearby, and you get 20 little beetle-like bugs.
Yep, I bring it all back, and everyone gets to eat whatever they like.
You-
Roasted cricket.
Alex would eat the fruit and he would like to tell his companions something. I think there's something suspicious about the Earl. The other day he gave us a mission to deliver medicine. When we got there and administered the medicine, it turns out that it was poison. That was quite deceitful of him. Unfortunately, the Inquisition currently has his back because he's been quite supportive of our organization, so for the time being, my hands are tied.
Surprisingly, for the last 2 years.
So you're saying the person that we're working for is has some pretty shady dealings, or at least somebody in his organization does? Are you positive that he is aware of this?
No, not yet at least. But at least I know that there's something suspicious going on that I would like to have a look at.
Yeah, I'm upset they didn't tell me what was going on. There was no saving them unless we paid a king's ransom. If they want to kill them, put them out of their misery. If they told me beforehand, I could have gave them better poison. It's quick poison. Put them to sleep first.
I would like to reiterate that saving that money would have saved one person.
Yes, Karen goes into like detail like about weeping pox and how it's just like a menace, and basically again trying to state that she talks about what happened, how she gave them the medicine, quote unquote, and then they started tensing up and foaming at the mouth. Slow way to die. She eventually gave the remaining people her own special sleeping poison, which more or less just put them to sleep and then just passed away peacefully. Much more pleasant death than what they were trying to do with the vials that medicine again that they were given.
So you're an alchemist or a herbalist.
Yes, well, they don't call me Sawbones Kitarin for nothing. I am a trained physician.
Oh, nice. I have some training in herbalism, but not medicine.
Hmm,
Comes in handy when dealing with poisonous skin.
yes,
I feel like
herbalism
that
is
was a shot.
mm,
No, well,
possibly,
shot.
but that skin of yours can be quite useful.
It's a fact, Todak, not an insult.
Karen just nods her head.
Hmm.
So we have problems. We need to figure out whether or not the person that we're working for has uh, compromised morals.
Well, Alexa does seem to have some trust issues with this Earl, but my issue is that he wasn't trusting of us.
Well, there could be reasons for that. If he's been having difficulties with people showing up dead around him, so maybe somebody's poisoning his contacts.
No, the individual that gave us the Smith, he more or less stated that that was what the purpose of it was. So, at least the individual that gave us the medicine knew it was poison.
Yes.
Unfortunate. I guess we need to be a little bit more careful around him.
The party has no idea what I have planned.
Todak will take first watch for the night. You guys
Fine,
do-
I'll take the last watch.
Yes.
I'll take middle watch, I guess.
I'll take third. At which point, Karen starts setting up her little two-person tent and just going inside and sleeping.
Okay. Todak, give me a perception check.
'Kay.
You hear and see some things nearby. You got to keep the campfire lit pretty well to keep certain things at bay. But for the most part, you don't see anything dangerous, at least on your watch. Nothing that would attack you guys, anyways.
Cool. Then I wake up second watch, and player will be right back.
All right, second watch, give me a perception.
I have that score. Where did it go? I know I have it. Where did it go? There it is. Don't have that score.
Wow. Doesn't happen often. Yeah, so it's about the same. You see some stuff scurrying around. There might be dogs in the distance as you hear howling. It doesn't sound like wolves. That much is for certain. It could be dogs, could be coyotes.
Be clear that she can see at night as if it was bright light.
Yeah, but they're far enough away you can't. You just hear them. You can't see them.
Okay.
Just a little howl.
Right.
Again, it doesn't sound like a wolf. It sounds much smaller.
Coyote, that kind of.
Yeah, coyote or something like that.
Okay. Keeps watch, but
Yeah. All right, and I assume after several hours you're gonna wake up the next person.
All right.
yes, after my watch is over, I will pass the torch.
Todak's back.
All right, then Karen crawls out of her tent after being woken up, and it's like, "Alrighty, rest well, young one." And then I'll make my perception check.
Yeah, no, you see everything around there. As you're doing your perception and you're looking around, keeping watch, you see this small creature kind of slink on past in the taller grass. It's hard to actually get a good grasp of of the color of it, but you can tell from the way it's moving, its size, and all of that it is just a small little fox.
Shiv it.
Don't shiver you.
Don't go swiping anything, you hear? It says lately to the fox.
Gonna swipe some sisters is what he's gonna do.
Well, then after, I guess, 2 hours of watch, she wakes up Alexandrite and then crawls back into her tent.
Oh. Alex should also get a perception check. By the way, the Eyes of the Night, can you keep them active? Last for 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, yeah, then not. Okay. Then I guess Alexandra is going to sit in front of a fire.
Okay.
The vision thing doesn't last long. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't see much, especially with your limited vision. Nothing's nearby anymore. You still hear some like crickets chirping quietly now that Todak is asleep. And the stars above, you see like a few glittering here and there, but despite the fact that the only source of light nearby is that campfire, there's not a whole lot in the sky.
Pretty gloomy land, though, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, it is. Alright, so yeah, your night passes without really much going on.
Without incident.
Yeah, I mean, there was an incident. It was a fox.
It's a good thing Todak didn't see the fox.
Then let's move on.
Todak has to. No. Can Todak have soaked in water for the last hour of his night shift?
Do you have water with you?
Yeah, I have a water skin.
Yeah, then you can do that.
'Kay.
Right.
It's going to be a little tougher going forward, but yeah, at least it's a start.
Alright, so morning comes, everybody's awake, I'm assuming. Breakfast is dealt with, food is eaten. Gotta make sure we remember that.
Yep. And Karen's going to take a note that seems like her froggy friend needs water moisture, because I don't think she's been told about this before.
No. Todak isn't very forthcoming with information unless asked directly.
But Karen's going to try to keep this as like a personal note. So maybe next time she's in town, try to get like a thickening agent, so it'd be in emergencies, it'll be easier for you to get like water on your skin from a small source.
That'd be nice.
Gotta get some of that thick water.
Yeah, it just seemed like gelatin.
Yeah,
But-
I was thinking like a waterproof bag.
I was gonna say, thick water is actually a thing, so...
Yep, I've seen the Markiplier video.
Technically, it's in Unasana's video.
True.
Alright, so everything's taken care of. You guys start traveling a bit, and right at about here, about 18 kilometers in, which I already forgot the math. 26 kilometers, I think it was.
It was 38.
Thank you. You happen to give me perception checks. All right, onto Karen and Todak. You both happen to notice this before you get too close. There is a wagon out in the distance a little bit, about 100 meters away, and it doesn't seem to be moving. It seems to have been traveling alone, and you happen to notice some small figures nearby the back of it.
Are they perchance green?
From this distance, you can't tell.
Well, then I just sort of pointed out. The wagon see some behind it, small.
Todak
Goblins,
didn't do it.
maybe.
So how are you guys gonna approach this? You gonna be cautious? Or you just gonna like be like, "Hey, you guys have some wagon troubles?"
Is
Um,
from our vantage point, does the wagon look? You said it didn't look damaged.
It doesn't look
Swap?
damaged, but it doesn't seem like there's anybody on top of it. You just see the small figure behind it.
Is it in the middle of the road, on the side of the road?
It's in the middle of the road.
Allow Todak to go take a look.
All right. How you gonna
So-
go? You gonna be like kind of stealthy about it, or are you just gonna like kind of jump in?
Todak has a very good stealth. I'm going to be a sneaky.
Okay, I'm going to give Todak advantage on his initiative roll.
Cool.
Hey.
Anybody else with a high stealth want to come along?
No high stealth here. I would suggest that maybe to distract from your approach, Alex goes in more openly.
If all of
I
you stay on the road, you should be okay in that
Well,
regard.
of the group of the four of us, what are we wearing for armor?
Just like a leather
Studded
tunic.
leather.
Okay, studded leather and a leather tunic. I guess that puts me out front. I'll go.
And
she does don her shield.
I think we might want to stay back 90 feet at the most, though. Stay on your toes. Dodge action. They might have bows.
Todak
So,
is
good.
going to, before he leaves on his little covert stealth flank, he's going to.
Yeah, I'm going to connect. I'm going to do a mind link with Todak, and I'm going to let him walk stealth ahead, and I'll walk up slowly so that Todak can. I will like act as distraction on the road, and he can kind of flank me on the side and get ahead.
Perfect. I'm also going to apply poison to. How many people can I apply poison to?
One as an action, one weapon, or up to 3 pieces of ammunition.
Per person?
No, per action.
Okay, so then I first go apply poison to the hammer, and I offer the same to Alexandrite.
Well, you can apply poison to my rapier.
Yes.
That's how much damage?
It actually just applies the poison status to someone that fails the Constitution save, which is disadvantage to all skills and attacks.
Okay, that's even better.
So Todak just shimmies all over your weapons and then hops off onto the side, unless Auntie Karen has a sharp pig sticker that she wants poisoned.
Karen's just walking around with like a walking stick. I mean, she has like a bone saw in her backpack as her name, like Sawbones. But she doesn't seem to be ready to grab it. Just slowly like hobbling forward on her walking stick.
I'm not going to assume the walking stick is a weapon, and with what I've seen of Auntie Karen thus far, I'm pretty sure she's a spell slinger. So.
Oh, wait.
All right, give me marching order.
Todak is going off to the flank, leaping as a frog do.
All right, yeah, put your token on the map there on the right.
Not
Put it
sure.
on the
Okay.
right.
Okay. So
Let's
that's
move
in
you back.
front.
Let's move you back some. Okay, you just approach. You just get to this area.
Oh, okay, so we're on the right side of the map.
Yes.
Your map is bigger than I thought it was.
The lines don't match up. I do apologize for that. It's just how it do.
It's fine.
There's a tool for that, but I can tell you later.
Yeah.
Okay, so which way is so the wagon is somewhere in this trail somewhere?
Okay, since nobody is really being all that stealthy except for Todak, who still hasn't given me the stealth roll.
I am deliberately being out in the open to draw attention to give him advantage on his stealth roll.
Distraction humans.
Yep, that was our plan.
Karen's just like behind them, trying to keep a low profile, but otherwise not really trying to hide.
And I can move full speed while stealthed.
Yep. Okay, everybody give me perception rolls.
Ooh.
Alright, everybody except for Dusk happened to notice things scurrying away from the cart and kind of hiding in the tree line. One even kind of hops up into the cart itself.
Where in the tree line? Can I get a ping?
You happen to notice about 5 bodies move.
Okay. How do you want to handle movement order? Do you want us to roll a niche now and just go?
Yeah, give me a niche. Let me
I
put the thing
have
up first.
advantage on this.
Goblin.
Oh, so you're the revised ranger.
Yes, I am the revised ranger.
Oh my god. A Grung revised ranger with high stats. You're going to be a nightmare for the DM.
Probably.
You already have initiative. Do
Yes,
you
plus
already
2.
get advantage on initiative?
Yeah, I thought I told you that earlier, but I just thought it was cool that your
You
character
did.
could still
I'm
give it
just
to me.
remembering that now, so I guess I didn't need to give you initiative advantage, did I?
Nope. But it's still a nice
I will
gift.
give it. I will give it. If you don't mind, Mr. DM, I will give it to Alex instead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it stays with the 12.
So mine is now. I forgot to click my icon, but you'll have to add me up there at 21.2.
There it is. 21.2. There we go. I just need to do one thing.
I think I made a mistake. Minor mistake. I put in all of my class's domain stuff for all the levels that I get, but it's confusing because I don't get them until like one of them doesn't. I won't get it till 17th level, so I don't really need to put it in there.
And the
Just
20
cluttering up my list.
2 is 11. And just reorganize that, and we're good to go. So, Todak, you get the first move.
Sweet. Todak. He's gonna keep to the trees as best he can. And try to spot one of these green critters that scurried the hell out of the way.
All right, give me a perception.
— 16.
16. All right, 1 second here. Yeah, hang on, I gotta see. Oh, excuse me. That's 20. 15. That, and that's an 18. What is that one? There's two that are extra stuff. As you are scouting around, you do happen to see a few of them. At least 4 of the 5 that you had happened to see scurry away. One is here on the cart. Let me just move him here. And
Okay.
yeah, so you see 4 of them. They're hugging like the ridge right here, and one jumped up into the cart.
I'm still telekinetic. Sorry. I'm still connected to
Telepathic.
Dusk, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
I tell Dusk the location of all of the greenskins I can see, or the little greeny thingies that I can see that aren't me.
And she
Can I-
will relay that from where she is to those that are around her. Verbally.
Can they be easily identified as goblins?
From where you are, you can tell that they're small and green. So it's more than likely. But give me a, what do you have?
Sir, stealth.
Actually,
I
that
don't
would
know.
be survival because they are humanoid.
Nope.
Now you have advantage, so you know those
Oh.
are goblins.
Ah, cool. Yeah, easily target identified as goblins. I'm going to use my other action to apply poison to 3 of my arrows, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, your turn is done. Alexandrite, you're next.
Yes, well, I assume negotiation with goblins isn't going to happen in this world. So, am I
You-
right in that?
You never know.
All right. If that's the case, then Alexandra would like to walk 30 feet up. And sort of
Before you speak, give me a perception because you are in the perfect line of sight for this.
I will give you a perception.
It's a good map, by the way.
Thank you. I found it about an hour ago.
All right, let me rephrase that then. Good choice of map, by the way.
Thank you. All right, you happen to notice that on the ground right here, there is a body, bloodied, lying next to the horses that are also, they're standing, but there's an arrow in the side of one of them.
Okay, I assume that arrow looks a lot like something fired from a goblin.
They're small arrows, yes.
Okay, Alexandra check the rapier. He. God damn it, my brain's just stop. Okay, Alexandra sees that, pulls out his rapier, and dashes forward. So,
Okay, 1 second.
aua, that actually hits. Where's that coming from?
Give me a perception.
Can I make a perception as well?
Advantage.
Yes.
Because I just verbally told him that there were a bunch of them on that.
Also, I mean, I was attacked, so he's no longer hidden.
Yeah, he's no longer hidden. There was another one in the tree line.
Okay, but I'm still standing here now. It's 4.
That hit really hard.
Not really.
I mean, that was a third of your health.
Well, yeah, level 1. What do you expect?
I was like, yeah, goblins, that'll be an easy encounter for level 1.
It's level 1. There are no easy encounters for level 1.
True.
Alexandrite's turn is over.
Two.
Alright. Alexandrite, you are getting shot with another. Oh my god.
Yep,
Oh my god!
I'm still standing.
And goblins start rushing from the tree line. What is their... Oh god, they have some good... I swear, I'm not trying to kill you guys.
Well, as the DM, you should be just encouraging us to interact with the world and suffer the consequences thereof.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to make a retreat. Like, they know they could... They see that they've hit you a few times, but they know there's a few of you over there. But one is going to rush at you. They have a challenge rating of 1/4.
Yeah, and you have 6 of them.
Oh my
and it's a
god!
crit! Great! Okay, so I'm still alive. By 1 hit point, but I'm down.
Holy shit, you are a tough
Alright, and I actually, because this is a crit, and I have a table for this, and because you did get down to 1 hit point too.
What do you mean down?
Well, I mean, you went from 7 to... Yeah, so I have a table for this, so give me 1 second.
What
mean,
kind of table are we talking
Yeah,
about?
like, if you're gonna have critical tables, that's probably something we should have been informed about before.
I said I was going to be using the critical table. Well, the Grievous Wounds table, it's in the book.
When was that? I don't remember hearing that.
This was a little
I
bit ago.
don't either.
Tell you what, let's leave it off for this one, but going after this one, we can use the grievous wounds or critical table.
Yeah. This could put an end to the campaign.
I mean, it right now, the first thing there, like, unless you get really unlucky, the Grievous Wounds doesn't give you a Grievous Wounds. It could just put you at 1 hit point. It could keep you up instead of having you down.
Well,
I mean-
still, let's leave it alone this time, but we'll go over the list to see like exactly what we're dealing with afterwards.
I will say, I warned you guys when this started. When I put this up, it's like I will be using this table. But this
Maybe.
time, I will give a pass.
Okay.
And
All right. So
for
aside from
that,
being at
you
one
are
hit
still
point,
at 1 hit point. We'll say you rolled a 12.
Okay.
Alright.
You got a close call. I need a stealth roll. Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, that is the Goblin's Dusk. You are up.
I'm kind of surprised that my comrade there is still standing.
Yeah, it's funny when Rex is running his. It's impossible to do any sort of major amount of damage to anybody. When I do it, people start to die.
I mean, it's a deadly encounter.
Alrighty, let's see if we can't save our friend.
5, 6.
Can I see the 3 in the tree line?
You can.
Okay. I am going to drop a sleep spell on them.
Ooh,
Okay.
good spell.
"17 hit points of damage to draw a shape. Shall we?
So the ones that are specifically in the tree line, or are you going to go for the one that attacked Alexandrite as well?
can't. It's got to be a 20-foot radius. So I'm centering it on that little circle there. Starting with the the lowest hit point, 117 hit points worth.
And all three of them start snoozing. And they just drop to the ground.
All right.
That is my action.
Auntie Karen, you're up.
Alrighty, I'm going to run over here behind this tree. And then I'm going to just like look out and are there any like in this tree here? Are there any like branches barely hanging on, large fruits or nuts?
There are some loose branches. Seems like something
Alright.
would have snapped at it by, standing up there.
Alright, then one of those loose branches is just going to go flying over to this goblin.
All right, give me a attack roll. All right, yeah, that hits, and the goblin gets skewered completely by a branch that is really no thicker than its arm. It just goes right through its throat, and you just hear, and then it slumps to the ground.
Auntie Karen just like laughing to herself behind the tree as she ends her turn.
Give me perception checks, people.
Okay.
Yes. Do you notice Auntie Karen being creepy?
Everybody else.
Okay. Perception checks.
Todak kind of hears what might be a little bit of a chuckle, but everybody else is just blissfully unaware.
Todak still likes Auntie Karen.
Todak doesn't know what she did.
Doesn't matter. All right, who's next?
That's your turn there, Karen?
Yep, that's my turn.
Todak, you're next.
Todak dives from cover, aiming his bow at one of these guys over here, and in goblin-esque yells, "Todak comes for you!" And pot shot. Ah, piss fuck.
Oh boy, let's see what happens. The shot goes wild and embeds itself right into the back of the carriage.
Todak comes for
That
you
is
next
a
time.
Really bad shot.
That was a terrible ass shot. All right.
I would like to state again. This is something I know I usually state, and I did kind of forget a little bit. I do apologize. I am playing loose with some of the rules. Not everything is rules as written. Not everything is rules as intended. Trying to have fun. I'm not trying to kill the party. I'm just trying to punish them for being stupid sometimes.
Let's see here. They are not my favored.
Yes, they are.
They're humanoid?
Yes, they are. That's why I
Oh,
said
okay.
goblin.
Okay. Then yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay. Now, Alexandrite,
Suffice, maybe they will actually focus me down instead of Alexandrite.
you are seriously wounded.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Can I get in the can I get melee range with those guys?
Yeah, they're on the ground. They're not really up in the trees, so you can. Question is, do you want to?
Yeah, I would like to attempt to hide. Actually, I'm going to dodge.
All right, you're going to move over there and dodge.
Yep.
That's your turn.
Yep.
Right, the goblins that heard the frog croak and screech at them, you hear one of them kind of make like a little bit of a squeak before turning their bows onto you. I'm guessing a 6 does not hit, but a 21 does.
Nope.
21 does not hit?
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna say, like, what the hell happened to your armor? You take 3 damage.
Cool.
And it's going to do this and delete that one. All right, Dusk, it is your turn.
She dashes to right up into melee with them.
All right. Anything else?
This action that I can do. Hold on.
My soothing dulcet
Action.
tones.
One action. One bonus action. Okay, yeah, I will do a bonus action healing word on Alex.
Alrighty.
That will be 5 healing.
Healing word. Great spell.
Alright, I'm assuming there's nothing else you can do, so that would mean it's Auntie Karen's turn.
Alrighty. She's going to step out in front of the tree. And since we're in 60 feet, you want to basically do the same thing, like either large fruit or nuts are just going to, or a branch is going to fall on this one directly in front of Dusk.
Alright, yeah, give me a roll. You see the branch shoot straight down at a tremendous speed. However, it just seems to graze its arm and just draw a little bit of blood.
Either way, and Karen's going to go hide behind her tree again and end her turn.
Okay. Todak!
Dodak is going to jump onto the back of the carriage here.
We lost Alex.
I'm reconnecting now, sorry.
Gonna stay over here though, and then I'm gonna put a round into this one.
Alright, give me an attack. Come on. Oh, that's a hit.
I would hope so.
And as the round pierces right into its eye, it drops down with a little squeak. And as it falls, it pushes the arrow further into so it comes out the back of its head.
Todak kills. That's my turn.
Alright, Alex, your turn.
Yeah. Great. Roll 20 doesn't want me to play, apparently. But Alex is going to charge with his rapier and attempt to stab the last goblin.
So that's 30 feet of movement and attack with your rapier?
Exactly.
I'm guessing you have no modifiers for it or anything extra, so just straight rapier attack. And as you swing you move to stab it, the goblin just happens to use its bow and knock away your sword just at the last second. That's
I
your
think
turn?
that's armor.
Yep, that's my turn.
Right, the goblin drops its bow and pulls out its sword and will turn on to Alex. Oh, fucking hell.
Did you crit me again or what?
No, no, but it's another high roll.
Do you-
And you're back
Alright.
down to 1 hit point.
Yeah, but I'm still standing.
Yep. And that's its turn. Dusk. It is your turn to do what you will with the goblin, Dusk.
Dusk is going to give. I'm going to assume that. All right, I'm going to. Yeah, I guess I'll just smash the thing. It's going to try to give you advantage on the attack. Should have given you advantage on the.
So you swing, and the goblin just happens to move out of the way and look up at you. It's just like it's got this panicked look on its face, being attacked from 3 different angles now. But you miss. All right, that's your turn.
It is.
Karen.
All right. Karen's gonna run away from her tree, over to behind this tree, and again, she's not trying to like. The branches are not like really trying to skewer them, just like try to like hit them like heavily, and she's gonna do that again.
All right, this one drops down on its head. It's a much thicker one than the other one. The first one that killed that one there. And just conks it on the head and crushes its skull with this satisfying squelch.
Auntie Karen smiles maliciously as she goes back to hide behind her tree.
All right, all that's left now is the 3 sleeping ones. So Todak, there are 3 favorite enemies right behind you.
Todak has questions.
All right, are you going to tie them up, or are you just going to slap one of them?
I'm going to tie all 3 of them together with my 50 feet of rope, yes.
All right, give me a sleight of hand. All right, give me 2 more. Or are you tying them all? Oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You tie them all up pretty tightly. You can, as you can tell, from what you can tell, and it seems like they're not going to move. They're not going to go anywhere. And that would be combat.
Yep.
All
I
right.
would suggest.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I thought we saw a body here. Is that a corpse or is he still alive?
That is an ex-person.
An ex-person.
All right. I suggest we take a quick break and use the sort of cart as cover.
Yeah. Alex, Dusk is going to do a quick eyeball check for the Alexa's condition, but with a frown because she doesn't actually know medicine.
Well, still
That
give me
comes
a
in from the area.
check. You can tell that she is very, very hurt. Very hurt.
She says to Alexa, I would be careful. I'm tired. Not quite, what's the word? Casting spells drains me pretty quickly. And I am tired. She also says to Todak in her head, make sure you check them for weapons so that they can't cut themselves free.
Ah, yes, good call.
All right. Before
Particularly care if they stay alive, yes?
It might be good to keep at least one of them alive for questions.
Okay.
Anyways, after Karen drags all the goblin bodies over here, she can I make a investigation check on them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Probably better if I could I perception them or should I just investigation?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to search them for anything of note, basically.
Investigation.
Yep, nothing. After lightly searching them, I'm just going to set them on fire. Though she doesn't seem to have done anything that would have been able to catch these bodies on fire, but they seem to catch on fire pretty quickly, and then she rejoins the rest of the party.
Start looking, checking the area for any other victims or survivors.
It seems
Oh.
to be just the one person. And Todak, are you going to be killing two of them?
No, I'm going to wake up one of them at a time and ask
Okay.
my questions until they give me satisfactory answers.
Give me investigation checks to see if they have any weapons on them.
As you do that, seeing that Alexandrite is so damaged, like, oh no, dearie, here, let me get some bandages. Let me help you. Let me help you. Which she gets some bandages out. She has a needle and thread that she uses to stitch up some of your wounds.
It hurts.
There,
Okay.
don't have to worry about getting an infection. Sorry, everyone. Not much use in combat. Again, my apologies.
Oh, you're fine.
And everybody give me perceptions. Except for Karen. Todak and Dusk, you happen to see the glow of the fire that was started by that's over there now where the bodies of the goblins are. And you can smell it.
Yummy.
Alright, Todak, which one are you going to wake up?
I'll start with just this one here to the left of where the token is.
How are you going to wake him up?
How or sorry, what?
Yes, how are you going to wake him up?
Stab him.
All you gotta do is kick them.
I know, but it's for the player. All right, so as you stab him, this
Importantly, I'm going to stab him with the poison arrow.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, as you shank him with a poison arrow, even though you could have done that with your poison dagger, he lets out this yelp and looks at you and starts struggling against the ropes.
Fortitude save 13, or Constitution saving throw at 13.
Is that what it is? Because I thought we said it was higher.
We said it was 8 plus proficiency plus con modifier.
Okay, so you said it was 13?
The other one that we were looking at was the old version, and it actually was just a static 13. It didn't grow. This one does.
It has failed, and it is now poisoned.
Yep, it has disadvantage on all skills, attacks, and saving throws now.
Yeah, it looks at you, it's like, and in Goblinese it says, "What do you want?"
And I speak in Goblin back. Does anyone else speak Goblin here?
I do not. However,
Nope.
I think if I link with him, I can speak to anybody.
Well, you're linked to me, so you'll be able to understand what it is he's saying.
It didn't quite work like that, but yeah, I'll just let you do the talking anyway.
Okay. What tribe do you belong to?
Tribe? I don't belong to any tribe.
How many are you?
How many did you kill?
I start counting on flippers. A few. 1, 2. How many did we kill?
Killed 3.
No, that was in character asking Dusk.
Okay.
3.
That many. 3.
Including myself, there's 6. Yes, 6.
Okay. So you were the last 3 goblins in the area?
It pauses
How
for
many?
a moment and says, yes, yes.
I sense bullshit.
Sense motive.
Can I'll relay everything in common back to the tall creatures. I don't have a sense motive on here.
Insight.
Yeah, insight, that's what it is.
Ah, that I do have. Favored enemy gives me advantage?
Yep. Oh, it already did its thing there. You can tell it is lying.
I stab it again.
Yeah! Okay, there was another one
1?
in our group.
Where?
If he's not here, he ran away.
Where would he run away?
It's not near here. You won't find it.
Well, then you better tell me how to find it so I can make sure he's reunited with his friends.
He's gonna go talk to the Goblin King and come and send an army after you in the towns nearby.
I stab him again.
Yeah!
I didn't like that.
Why is the paladin
Change
just
your
sitting?
answer.
Paladin is just freaking accepting this crap. Goddamn duck. All right, Krillin. The hell was that one?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, it's just like a blip on here. I wasn't sure what it was.
Well, does he change his answer? Does he give me an answer I actually want?
Nope.
You have this one chance.
She's going to tell. I'm not going to give him. According to my thing here, I can only give one person at a time the ability to talk to me, but I can talk to anybody that can within my range.
Yep.
Mhm.
She's going to tell him in his head. I strongly suggest you tell us what we need to know.
He spits in Todak's face.
Well, I no longer like this one. I jam my arrow in his chest, and if he's still not dead, I pull out the daggers and finish the job.
I need to figure out how to do a fortitude save on a creature.
Much like you'd do it on a character?
Yeah, I guess there's no fortitude saves in this one, so it's... Why is... Oh, that's 3.5, no wonder. What is the DC for coup de grace in 5th edition?
I don't think there is one.
There is
I
no
mean,
such thing.
I'll just keep stabbing him until he stops twitching.
Okay,
Well,
after about 3
he's
stabs, he
bound,
stops moving.
right? Yeah,
His
he's
tongue,
restrained
his tongue just hangs out.
and prone.
Then I go over to goblin number 2 and begin the process again, but starting the conversation with everything the first goblin told me. Is there anything you can tell me that is more useful? And maybe I'll let you live. I don't know, intimidation check at that point, maybe?
Yeah?
I'm giving you advantage because I'm being very, again, like I
Spooky.
wrote in chat. She's sharpening her serrated battle axe that she uses as a bone saw.
Oh, that's terrifying. Intimidation with advantage is still at a -3. God damn it, I'm an ugly fucking... Frog.
I don't know, if you want, you can just give me the advantage and I'll roll it.
Done.
All right, then I'll roll it. 15.
Now, it is... I actually need to roll its poison real quick.
Yep.
It survived the poison, but it still didn't pass, so it is intimidated. It's like, there's a cave somewhere. I don't know where it is from here. I just follow. I just follow.
Well, that's a little more helpful. But which way did you come from?
It starts looking around frantically, just like, hey, and points like towards like what would be north. It's like 3 days away.
Oh, and ask if these goblins have been the ones taking people from the nearby hamlets.
I do so. But I also put the dagger under its chin.
Taking people? No, we just rob carts with supplies so we can eat and get some good fermented stuff. Oh, we like the fermented.
Insight check to see if they are in fact telling the truth on that one.
Go ahead.
This clan might just be that, but you never know.
I don't even need to roll. You can tell it is telling the truth.
Congratulations. You are modicumly more useful than your counterpart.
I get to live, right? I get to go home?
I said I would let you live, yes. However, I switched to common. I'm done with this one.
What did he tell you? Was he telling the truth?
He was truthful in his responses to me.
We could use somebody to carry equipment.
You want to trust
Todak.
a goblin to carry your stuff?
Todak would not trust a goblin with anything sharper than a spoon at this point.
I don't know. Spoons are pretty sharp.
Me no like bandits, and but if he tells the truth, then better coward help the next. Yeah, it's up to you.
Well, I'll go to the third goblin really quickly here and just shiv him awake.
Gah!
All of the same information. Do you have anything useful to contribute? Now, whatever you tell me may make you more useful than this guy.
It's near one of the hamlets. It's like half a day away from the one that's by a river.
See, that is why we ask many questions. Quick, where's that thing they call a map?
She takes out her map and starts figuring things out. She's pretty good with that sort of stuff, so.
Excellent. You have both been very useful. I'm done with you now.
I suggest. Well, I can't put them to sleep, but we could tie them up and let them gnaw themselves free.
They are tied up, but that would lose some rope. The rope is precious.
There's no point in really wasting such good rope. At which point, Karen puts away her sawbones or bone saw, just like takes back her walking stick and just starts beating them over the head until they're unconscious, doing non-lethal damage.
Oh my god, you people are murder hobos, and I love it.
Technically, they ain't
Well,
dead.
non-lethal is not.
I know, but it's still like murder hobo mentality. You could have just let them go.
Yeah, no.
Not really. That's actually really, strategically speaking, letting them go is a bad idea.
Well,
Yeah.
he took the weapons away from them, so they would have just ran.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but
Todak took
they
their
can talk.
weapons. Todak takes his rope back, and as soon as they're both unconscious, he finishes the job.
There we go. So 3 more dead bodies.
Yeah, Karen just looks displeased by that, but it just grumbles and drags him off to the fire.
Hey, what are you gonna do
They
with
are
the
dropping
with
Kodak,
the dead human body?
but try to be a little bit moral, especially for the more civilized species. I'm going to check this person, see if they are unconscious. Actually, Auntie Karen, have you had a chance to take a look at this one?
She comes back after throwing
Not
the
very
goblins
good
into the
with medi-
fire.
with medicine.
Yeah. All right, then I'll roll medicine on the dead body.
You're just trying to determine how dead it is.
Yeah, cause of death. I'm
If-
guessing goblin arrow, but
yeah,
yeah,
if
let's see
it
how
is-
long he's been dead.
Well,
Oh, that's right.
Right.
You can figure that out. How long they've been dead.
Probably.
It's been dead for probably about 2 hours now. There is a arrow
So-
sticking out of the back of its head.
Can I find any like any way to like identify anything to identify the body, basically, like a name, a locket, or something?
No, there's not really anything there. It just seems to be a guy trying to get some supplies back to the hamlet you guys were heading towards, which, while have been cracked open, are still there.
Okay. What about the horses? Are they alive or are they dead?
Oh, they
that's
did.
what I would ask.
Well, the horses are dead, but good news. We have dinner.
Supplies
point,
for a hapless hamlet.
Yeah, Karen's going to like drag the body to the back of the carriage and see if there's like any large things of cloth to wrap up the body.
There isn't really anything. There's some
I
sacks
will-
that if you emptied out, you could probably tear open and do that, but not really much.
I will help with the body.
Basically, I'm trying to like it's undignified to leave him out here in the wild. So I'm gonna like try to take this body with us to the first hamlet to at least get him a proper burial. Also, grab any useful supplies and probably take them to the hamlet as well. Basically, inform them what happened.
How far away is?
Okay.
How far away is the hamlet? Take
Right
out the map and take-
now,
I can't figure it out.
I think we're either a day or half a day away.
yeah, you're about at this point you're a full day away because you traveled for a little bit more than half a day. So after some rest and some more traveling, you'd be there by around lunchtime.
For those of us, if we are just going to fast travel at this point, can we say we use hit dice and healing just to max ourselves out by the time we get to the village?
Yeah, you can do that. I'm sure that by the time morning rolls around, someone will heal up Alexandrite as well, a little bit more than she already is. He already is.
Yeah, I'm going to prepare a meal, which, as part of a short rest, basically you get an extra +1 to your spent hit dice, so you heal up a little better. Now I give you a little extra with your food today.
So it means I get 9 instead of 8, or what?
So you're up to 10. All right. What are you guys gonna do with the dead horses? You gonna go take them and burn them?
Yeah, that's what we're eating today.
Yeah, horse meat.
Okay.
Yum yum yum.
All right, and yeah, so the night passes. You guys do your watches. I'm just gonna hand wave it and say nothing really happened that night. I mean, after the encounter with the goblins, everything's kind of staying away because of the smell of blood. There's not wolves in the area or anything that would come investigate. So
There's also the concern about what is in the cart exactly. Is there anything that needs to be taken with us?
there's food in there, supplies for the village, like certain foods, some tools.
But nothing of important. Nothing that is like would be pressing.
Not that you know of, but they might need food.
Well, I get that, but we can only carry so much if we're going to be heading to the town. And
There's-
as much as I would love to try to drag this whole friggin' cart to where they are, she's strong. She's not that strong.
Like I said, there's 4 of you. You could always go drag it all together.
Does it seem like it'd be possible? I mean, I don't have a great strength score, but I have an average one.
With all of you
Actually-
pulling it together, it would be pretty easy.
Yeah, Karen can carry another like 30 pounds, and I have an idea, but I'm not sure my character's smart enough to think of it. Basically, like just rip off one of these wagon wheels and just place everything on the wheel, and then drag the wheel itself as like a makeshift sled.
How bad are the
think they would probably-
wheels
if we could-
destroyed?
Nothing is damaged.
If
Just
we
the
can-
horses were just
Right.
killed.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we can get drag the cart, the entire cart there, then we should do that.
Yeah.
If I take my armor off, put my stuff in the back of the cart, she's got a 15 strength, so she's not insanely strong, but
Karen
That's
has a
about
13,
what
so
we-
she's rather strong despite her old age.
Okay, well there we go. Between all of us, I'm pretty sure pushing or pulling this thing is easy.
Yep,
So,
it
yeah.
is.
and we will put the dead person in with the cart so that they can be delivered, separated from the rest of the foods and whatnot.
Oh, and I should probably mention that for some reason, Auntie Karen's not really talking to Dusk much. Seems to be ignoring her for some reason.
Okay.
Someone's a hypocrite. Alright, so you guys get there. I'll just say, at the end of the day, you get to about here. And after morning, you guys do your stuff. You end up here at the town. Why it always starts me zoomed in at 200%, I'll never understand. So
That
yeah,
is a good question.
you guys are here at the hamlet, and you come dragging the cart, and some people happen to notice you and rush up, be like, what's going on?
Recognize this person?
One of them screams, and it's like, it's a dead body!
Fucking shocker.
What did you do to him?
We rescued his corpse. He was attacked by goblins and, well, on his travels.
What did we do with him? That seems kind of obvious. We literally just dragged him and his cart to your town. It wasn't easy. We were trying to do you a favor.
The one that screamed, "What did you do to him?" just grabs the dead body and cries over. It's like, thank you.
Auntie Karen tries to comfort her.
She completely ignores you. She's just lost in the sadness of it all and the grieving.
There. Let it all out.
She pulls her gear off of the back of the cart and lets them deal with their possessions.
We don't really have any place for you to stay. I have a room that you could all share.
That should work fine.
We have along the way getting here. I did have something I needed to ask the rest of the people.
Okay.
We have goblins that should be tracked down.
We haven't seen any
Anyone
goblins in the area.
Yeah, well, the individual that a group of goblins attacked and killed this your citizen here. From what we understand, there are more. Some sort of camp or cave.
Yeah, seemingly near the other hamlet near the river, about a day, half a day away from them.
Of course, those bastards would have a fucking goblin cave nearby, assholes.
Eh?
Wait, how does that makes no sense?
They probably know about it. Never sent for guards to deal with it.
Sounds like you and this other hamlet seem to have disagreements.
Of course, they steal from us sometimes.
Steal?
Ever since 2 years ago, they've just been stealing from us. Some of our food. That's why we had to order some stuff in to put in our storehouses, so we'll actually be able to survive the winter.
Stealing from you, but we've heard that from these hamlets, people have gone missing. Do you think it's them as well?
They're too stupid to start stealing people. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but I saw a few nights ago, some big hulking lumbering beast out in the outskirts of town. Seemed like it was holding something and then just ran away.
On the outskirts of this town?
Yes.
Todak looks at the edge of the forest here, or whatever surrounds this place.
It's plains, it's not really near the forest.
By the way, we also heard about disappearances. People going missing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that you just said people going missing.
Yeah, so it seems a hulking beast might be the one, well, the perpetrator on these. At least that's a suspect for now.
Can I make an insight check to check whether I believe these people?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
I will grant advantage on that.
Probably more goblins with a big hulking creature. Yeah, no, they're telling you the truth. Karen, you're not sure. You know, you're kind of sitting there hearing next to the, oh, that would be terrifying, and thank you for the idea. You're
I'll
sitting
be
there
honest,
grieving, so
I
you're
got
not...
that idea. I got the idea of the Goblin Dragon from that last Spider-Man movie with Miles Morales.
Oh, the Into the Spider-Verse?
Yep.
Haven't
The
seen that
Green
yet.
Goblin. Yeah, the Green Goblin in that at least universe is really cool because it's basically like a Goblin Dragon.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Great movie.
Which direction did the commoner indicate that they saw the big creature?
1 second. They saw them actually towards the northeast, heading
Okay.
Ulistenberg way, but not exactly.
Todak is going to jump down from the cart and start hopping in that direction to examine the area.
Okay, give me a survival.
I will assist and give advantage.
You can tell that there is actually some footprints there. Big footprints from a large creature, but you don't know what it is.
Okay. Let me see here, because there is something that applies here.
I was taking into account your favorite enemy.
Yeah, Andy Karen's gonna go hobble along and probably find Todak. Can I also make a check on the footprint?
Yep.
What would that be? Would be the Arcana, I don't know, Arcana or Survival?
You can give me an Arcana.
Okay, and I have a book with me. You can tell me whether or not it will help.
What's the book again? Let me take a look at your character sheet.
Just as a heads up, my natural explorer thing literally has a thing here. When tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
You, yeah, no, that does not help at all, and you don't know what this is. Um,
Rangers
as
know
no, that's for the
badass when it comes to tracking.
that's for
Mhm.
Karen's role. That's for Karen's role. You can tell it is a large creature. There was one of them, but from what it was and the size of its feet, the indent seems to be pretty deep for what it is. But it was moving northeast, and it was here about 3 days ago.
Okay, well that's a good report to make. Auntie, I'll tell Karen exactly what I find so far.
I will say it says if you are familiar with this type of creature, and you are not familiar with this type of creature, but I'm still being nice. Oh, that's for the Outlander one. Yeah, no, no, you don't know that one.
No, I was using like natural
Right.
explorer.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be
D-
familiar with this creature.
A ranger is or should be considerably better at tracking than a background.
And which house said that they were going to give us a room? Like which number?
Number 1.
All right, then Auntie Karen's probably going to say, we might want to keep a lookout either up on this hill near this tree at the top corner, or I don't know. Since it's coming out at night, you said 3 days ago. It might come back anytime soon. You might want to check with the rest of the occupants of this hamlet and see if any other sightings. Maybe we can figure out a pattern.
Okay. Everybody give me that wants to, talk to the people and, try to ascertain any information about what's going on. Give me investigation checks.
Yes, sir. I also have the following to offer. Maybe at some point, Alexandrite would like to take one of the villagers to the side and ask him some harsh questions in the name of the Inquisition.
Okay, so as it seems like people are rolling horribly, for obvious reasons, the two non-humans are, not getting any information out of the people. Alexandrite and Dusk, you kind of learn that from the people that are missing, they seem to have been, granted some sort of, bountiful crops. They found some gold or something, just some sort of extra weird luck before they went missing. About a year ago.
Interesting.
Okay, and yeah, go ahead and do your Inquisition notarial stuff.
Okay, so Alexandrite is going to pull one of the villagers over and ask, a lot, just general questions, always with the implication that if I don't get the correct answers, then they might meet some more of the Inquisition. With an intimidation. There we go, 22.
I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. I told you everything I know about the disappearances.
Well, then give me the same information in more detail, so that I can confirm your story. First of all, well, is there any sort of pattern between the people that disappeared? You already mentioned luck. Was there someone in town that recently had a lot of luck?
No, the ones that had like that bountiful luck, they're all gone. They were hunters. They would go out in the woods, and one day they just came back and some extra crops in their fields that their wives were growing, or some extra gold for coin that seemed to just be slipped in with their the sell for the pelts. It's really weird, but it was happening that entire time for the next year.
Hmm.
Some sort of pact. Maybe a druid.
If we happen to find the paths that they would take while they hunted, perhaps we might find what they found.
Yeah, that might
Maybe they
also
left
be an approach.
Maybe they left some sort of clue or lead at their residence. Do they have residences here?
Well, of course they do. The residence is here.
They were.
I'm
That
hoping
works.
you guys can.
Haven't
I'm hoping
been
somebody
here
will find them and
recently.
bring them back.
Yes, but I believe my friend's asking if we could possibly look inside the residences, see if we can find any more clues.
Yeah. I'll take you to them.
The most recent would be the best, I think. At least to start.
Right down there.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, just walking in, are you?
Yep. And Karen just walks right in.
This woman turns and screams at you. What are you doing in my house?
Well, we are with the Inquisition, and we're here to ask you some questions about the recent disappearances.
That probably put a different tune in her fucking stocking.
Yeah, your cooperation would be most appreciated.
You're all with the okay, yeah, no, I'll tell you whatever you want. What the hell is the Inquisition doing here? They're not supposed to be a part of this land.
Yeah, surprise.
It seems the Earl has a different opinion on that.
Yeah. What? First of all, is any of you here actually good at investigating? I wouldn't know what to look for.
No. I'm very good at finding out if someone's lying to me, but if I can't follow it by tracks, I don't usually pay attention to it.
I'm a doctor,
Whose mic
so I have
is
good eyesight.
crackling?
Yeah, investigation is not good.
If I can, I'm just going to, as I talk to the person, just like look around the house, hopefully make a perception check to see if I can find anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, give me a perception. I mean, besides some newer looking clothing on the woman and some nice furniture and pots, nothing really seems out of the ordinary.
Unfortunately, Todak doesn't exactly have a frame of reference for finding out whether or not a farmer / hunter would usually have such nice digs.
I swear my husband bought all of these with honest, earned money. I guess he got someone who was very generous when selling pelts and they gave him some extra coin the past year. He's always been really loyal and good with his hunting, so I figured they were just helping us out and they had some extra coin to give us.
Or maybe this person was a witch and abused your husband's generosity. That is something that we must investigate.
A witch, but he sold stuff out near Ulistenberg. There's no witches there.
Well, can you maybe give us this person's name, general description, who they're working for, and yeah, all of that information?
I can't. He sold it to merchants. They were just merchants. That's all I know. I never went with them.
And your husband recently disappeared, is that correct?
Yeah, he was the last one to disappear when we saw that hulking beast outside of town.
Okay, I'm going to insight, make sure everything she said up to this point is accurate.
Advantage. Uh, maybe. Okay. You know what? I said I'd give
You're not
advantage.
sure. She's scared, and that's really all you can really get out of her.
Well, maybe the Inquisitor knows more.
She's telling the truth. She has never really gone. She has never gone with him to go sell the hides and the furs that he has collected while hunting.
Well, where is he selling them? Do you know that at least?
I
Or
said just outside of Listenberg, in the market that they have for the small hamlets. You would have passed it coming out here.
How far away is that?
It's about 2.5 days.
Is that that one by the river?
No, it's at the outskirts of the town. It's the market.
The city that we were in?
Yes, that's Listenberg.
Then why does the
Okay,
city
well.
say Zobek?
Because I don't have a map for Listenberg.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought this was a pre-made.
I mean, some of it is, some of it isn't.
It's all good.
And you said your husband disappeared around the time that Beast showed up. How many days ago was it? She knows it's been 3 days, but she want to make sure that the wife says the same.
I just said it was 3 days ago.
Ah.
She doesn't have a good memory, does she?
I don't
None
think
of us
poking
do,
fun at
actually.
the people, kind of asking you questions, is a bad idea.
But you all heard me say it, right? 3 days ago.
I'm a frog. I don't hear shit.
What did you say your name was?
Ribbit.
Todak, why don't you and I go see if we can't track those prints? See if we can't figure out where it went.
A frog named Todak. It's a little on the nose, don't you think?
You want to know what else is on the nose? Try guess.
I swear to God, if you hit her, the entire town's gonna turn against you.
Todak will exit the
Come on,
building,
Todak.
giving the lady a stink eye. Oh wait, I don't have eyelids, so I don't know how I do stink eye.
You do. You have
Okay.
the sideways eyelids.
There you go. Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, they're
And
good for keeping dust out, but not good for keeping your eyes moist.
one more question. 3 days ago, was that the first sighting of this hulking creature, or has there been others?
I think that's the first time anyone's seen it, but it's almost like it didn't care that it was seen.
How
Also,
many
welcome, Vey. How you doing?
roughly people have been disappearing here?
We've lost 3.
They might be getting more brazen. Not good, not good. As Andy Karen starts hobbling out of the building.
All right. Alexandra, are
well,
you gonna
yeah.
stay and kind of poke at her some more?
No, it seems like she's been honest with us, so it doesn't look like she's hiding something. So I guess we move on for now.
All right.
Out in the road, Duska's like, well, I was hoping that maybe if they did make some sort of pact or deal, that they might have a written record of such. But I don't know even where to begin to look for that sort of thing. Or maybe, I don't know, some clue. But it seems like the only thing that we do have is an obvious trail to follow. I mean, something that large with tracks
Yeah.
that deep. He was clearly carrying something. Seems like a pretty straightforward follow the leader kind of scenario.
I mean, that's definitely an option if you want to follow the leader, if you want to get some more information from the other towns.
That's why she's talking out in the middle of the road, that we have options. We can try and track it down, or we can try and go to the other 2 houses and see if there's anything else that we can learn. Ideally, a map or something would be would be what we would really want.
Yeah, I guess we can talk since this place had hunters here. They might have an area map of this place that's more detailed than our like world map. Also, have we had a long rest since the fight with the goblins?
Oh yeah, you've had your long rest. It's been a day since the fight, and you
Okay,
traveled
then
for half a day after you woke up.
yep. I was just wondering because couldn't quite remember, and I saw like Alexandrite saw like some missing HP. So I guess if we really want to, we could either stay up all night and wait for the beast, or we could just follow it. Mm, I'm fine either way.
I think the proactive approach is usually better.
All right, then let's see if anyone here has a detailed map of the surrounding area. It might be of help to us.
I
Alright.
can begin following the footprints and at least giving us a general direction.
And I would like to help with that.
This
Won't
party is
lie,
gonna die.
learning from a professional tracker is kind of sort of
They're
Cool.
trying to follow something that's supposed to be like a level 5 encounter. They're gonna
Simply put.
die.
All right. Then who do you want to do first? We've broken the cardinal rule and we've split the party.
Well, let's go with Todak and Dusk for the tracks.
'Kay.
You guys have been dubbed Suicide Squad.
By who?
Faye.
Oh shit. Hi, Faye. All right. We will begin
She says hi, guys.
survival check. I assume.
Hello.
Yeah, give me survival. I mean, you get a general direction of where it's going. It's going northeast.
I'll follow the tracks for a little bit, just trying to make sure that northeast is consistent.
For about how long?
Until Dusk, who I'm pretty sure has more sense out of the both of us, says we should probably stop. So half an hour, 45 minutes.
just to the point. Yeah, just to the point where we can still see the town.
To the point that you can still see the town. Like, I'm guessing it's smaller buildings. Like, nobody would actually be able to see your form out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What we're trying to do, I think, at this point is just establish that there is a trail. It is going in this direction. Once we have it, when we have, we know which direction we're going to, we can go back and collect the party. Once, if that is what the party decides to do. Once we've locked down where the trail starts, so to speak, we know we have a starting point, a springboard.
Now, it does continue northeast for a bit, but then it curves to almost immediate south. And then after another 5 minutes of tracking it, the tracks just stop.
As they disappear?
Yes.
Topography?
They're plains, it's grass. You would definitely be able to tell if, it just suddenly took another path or something like that, or if there was a hole for it to go into. It just seems to disappear.
An illusion would not give us a trail to follow like this.
There's
Does
no
in this-
tracks of vehicles or anything like that. Any indication that it got onto a mount?
Nope, nothing like that.
So it either flew away or used some sort of magical means to cease to exist here. Or it's still here and it's invisible. Though if it were that, we would probably still see the tracks. Huh. maybe to Karen might be able to. She's got better understanding of. I think she's got better understanding of arcane matters. Maybe she can give us some insight.
I have to
We
stop them
should
from
probably
following
try.
it until later, or they will die. I can't do this. I
Todak,
can't kill
we'll
them.
take one last look around.
I almost killed one of them in the encounter with
Make a
goblins.
perception check
Advantage.
just to see if there's anything I see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hmm.
So, what specifically are you looking for? Like, just any?
Anything that would be out of place. This creature is large. It has disappeared. So there's either some this is a clearing, right? Like there's nothing overhead.
Yeah, nothing overhead. There's nothing. There's no hills or anything that it could have burrowed into. There's no giant holes.
Did both feet stop here, or does it look like it kept walking and then just suddenly stopped?
It kept walking and suddenly stopped.
Okay, I'm going to investigate the area where I believe the next foot should have been,
Okay.
and work out from there for about a minute to see if there is anything in that area, but like trap
Do a
door.
triangulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the foot should have landed.
All right. Give me an investigation. I'm just giving her dimension door.
Of course.
Natural 20. There is nothing. It's as if whatever happened, she flew away or just left this plane or something and is now gone. There's no trapdoors, no hidden anything.
It's as I don't have a whole lot of knowledge of the arcane. The only thing that is going to occur to Dusk would be that they managed to hide their tracks somehow. It has to be arcane or divine. I don't know any divine spells that would do it. There's a possibility that if we triangulate, we might be able to pick up a trail on the other side.
Do
That
you have detect
literally-
magic?
Actually, I do.
Because if you're worried about arcane, that's definitely a spell to use.
Oh, ritual cast detect magic.
Well, I take it that's 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
I'm going to continue looking around just out of sheer suspicion of it, but I figure with a nat 20, there's probably nothing I'm going to find.
Yeah, no, there is nothing you can find. After you cast detect magic, you notice that there's not much of it left, but there is a thin veil of arcane magic right where the footsteps stop.
I'm going to assume it's the same school that is used for teleportation or dimension travel.
It is.
Okay.
And before your spell is even up, the veil of arcane remnants dissipates completely. It has been 3 days.
Yeah. I let Todak know that is the case and that we should probably head back.
All right.
If you think I was going to let you guys just waltz into that thing now, I'm not. I'm sorry. I mean, I had this was already planned anyways, but it's just like your eagerness to just run right into death.
It isn't a question of running into death. It's a question of there's a mystery that needs to be solved, and this is the only way to solve it.
Well, not yet. You still have 2 other towns to go to.
Okay.
We don't know that.
Yes, you do. I told you there's 3 towns. There's 3
Well,
marks.
I mean, we do. I do, but you when you have a mystery, you solve it. You investigate, and that's the stage that we're on. We're investigating.
Trying to keep them alive
We're
for at least.
Scooby-Dooing this bitch.
Exactly.
Okay, which one's Scooby? Which one's Shaggy? Which
I
one's
mean,
Daphne
I'm
and Velma?
technically the only thing that
Never
counts as an
really do
animal in
anything.
this group.
Karen's Velma.
Just claiming that one now.
You are
That means
not the hot nerdy
Alexandrite,
one.
Fred.
I'm
Just-
old school Velma.
Okay,
Old
good.
school Velma's still the hot nerdy one.
Yeah, but she also got like the job done 9/10 of the time.
Yeah. Also faces
Yeah.
Raggy.
All right, so I guess now it's Alexandrite and Garen.
Yes. So you guys are investigating for a map of the area, a detailed map.
Yep.
Roll me per investigations.
If I can, I'd rather give
Coming up.
Android advantage.
Yeah, go ahead.
Coming up.
They don't really. They look at you. It's like, well, we don't really have detailed maps of the area. We don't have any cartographers here. We're just simple farmers and hunters.
When a hunter have a map of the area, like no, so we mark off like a good hunting spots,
Well, we have.
possible dangers and whatnot.
Well, yeah, like hang on. I'll show you to a guy. The very edge of town be that place right there. It's a small hut, and inside is a hunter. And you can hear the grinding of stone on metal.
Karen walks up to the door and sort of knocks on the door with her walking stick.
Hey, who is it?
Greetings, dearie. We're looking for a map of the area. Trying to figure out trying to find the location of well, you've heard you lived here. You've heard about the disappearances of late. We're here to investigate that.
I've heard of those disappearances. I know nothing about them. If you're looking for a map, I got one, but it's it's probably not going to help you much.
Why? What's the issue with it?
Well, I don't have very good handwriting. I can read it pretty well, but I don't know if you guys would. You're free to take a look.
Yeah, Karen does go and looks at the map. How difficult is the map to read?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to expand. Wow, Roll20 is just acting up today. Give me a survival check.
Both of us?
Yeah, you're both. If you both are looking at it.
Yeah, I think Auntie has no issues reading handwriting.
You can definitely ascertain what's on the map, especially when you compare it to the map that you guys were given. But it has a lot of stuff, like a lot of marks that are more towards the forest area, usually like at least a few days away. But he looks at you, just like, yeah, I don't go where the youngins go. I stick to the forest. There's a lot of good deer over there. Kind of some marshlands too, the crocodiles.
Yum.
I do love me a good crocodile. Love going hunting down the bayou.
Yes,
Shit
it does.
is a bayou.
Does make a good gumbo.
Oh, see, you're a woman of taste. Yeah, you're a pretty one.
Oh, you flatter me.
Welcome back.
Alex is going to take a step back and let them do it, and is trying not to throw up.
Todek isn't even there, and for some reason he feels the urge to retch.
Yeah, Karen's fluttering her eyelashes at the hunter.
One of the eyelashes falls off. That's fun. I'm glad that that's gonna get to
I
play out.
mean, it's probably not one of our eyelashes fall off, but like one of our eyes does like sort of go like left, take the sharp left at one point.
You get to lazy eye it.
If you'd like to stay for the night, I got some fresh gumbo.
Oh my, oh my. I'd have to talk to my companions about staying the night, but ooh, I do declare.
I'm so sorry, everybody. To the 7 people here, I do apologize.
Me as well. Sorry. Anyways, is he selling the map, or is he just going to give us the map, or should we make a copy of it?
You guys can make a copy of it. He doesn't really have any extra parchment to make another one.
Yeah, Karen has 2 ink pens, well, 2 ink quills, 2 vials of ink, and 11 parchments. So yeah, she's completely fine.
But he just looks like, yeah, no, they usually go hunting down in the plains. There's some deer there, rats, all that stuff. But, rabbits. Ugh, I'm starting to get old. Should stop hunting. With that gumbo.
Oh no, you strapping young lad.
Yeah, I'll show you later tonight.
Okay. Getting weird.
Oh my, you're giving me the vapors.
Okay, Auntie, it looks like you have everything handled here. I'll rejoin with the others.
Oh, well, if you're all right then. Bye bye. Oh, this is so horrible.
I'm not.
We're not gonna roleplay it out for the record. I'm not that horrible.
Fuck.
Oh no, definitely no. I'll be leaving at that point. Like this is as far as I'm going to go. Oh no.
I'm prepared for weird, but even I have a limit.
What do they call that? The sunset or the fade to black?
Fade
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Yeah,
black.
the fade to black.
I did not expect this episode 1.
Well,
I mean, I didn't either, but then, you started talking about gumbo to a guy who sounds like a friggin' Bayou hillbilly.
this is.
Yeah, but he mentioned he finds her attractive. It's like she's a horrible hag.
He's
everyone's-
also
I
half
guess-
blind.
Oh dear God! You rule 34 the hag.
I didn't, other people did, I just enforced it.
Anywho, moving on.
Yeah, moving on, like a mile
Actually,
away.
is this a good place to end it? Because I know some people have to get to bed.
Yes.
Alright, so I will just... Everybody... So, I'm guessing, Todak and Dusk, you guys come back to town? I'm just gonna get it to a nice place to wrap up.
I would assume so. Probably wait at the square, so to speak, until the others show up.
Faye, somebody got to bed, but it was not Todak or Dusk.
Cool.
Alright, so yeah, you guys go meet up at house 1 there. Obviously, Auntie Karen's not there. Okay, sorry. And
I'll be honest, probably didn't even notice.
and you guys get your dinner. There's a dinner provided to you by the family that is letting you stay, and you guys can rest up.
Okay.
Right, good game. Thank you very much for running.
Yeah, no, not a problem, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yep, it's
Did.
pretty
It was
decent.
fun.
Kind of watch
Yep.
it. It was kind of weird watching Alexandrite get pretty much broken in half almost in the first mod.
I was not
Uh,
expecting that. I was just like, oh yeah, they're like, 1/4 challenge rating. 7 of them should be no problem. The second, you start getting railed, it's
I
like,
don't see
well,
how
the
you
rest
came
of
to that number.
well, one of them is 1/4. And 7 of them, it was just like kind of a random dice roll.
Yeah,
won't be
but
enough to
it's
take care of a carriage, and then it's like, yeah, no, this is I forgot level 1. Yeah, they're gonna try to run away, try to get what they can. They don't want to fight. They were more for a hit and run sort of thing. But yeah,
Shit happens. We'll have to look into how CR ratings work for next time. But anyway, great game, everybody. We'll talk at you next time.
all right, later, guys,
I guess.
and thanks everybody for tuning
see
in.
you.
Good game.
And say goodbye to the folks out there. But thanks everybody for tuning in. And I'll see everybody tomorrow for some Sins of a Solar Empire. We're going for a few hours. Oh, we're doing a big one. It was tomorrow you wanted to do that, right? Oh, he already left.
But I'll be going then. See you around.
See ya.